Class Act Sports.
All right, Class Act Sports is here with one of the best coaches in collegiate history, Coach John Thompson. Coach, thank you for taking the time. We're on the heels of two of the bigger games in the Sweet 16, Ohio State, Kentucky. What are you thinking in that game?
Well, you know, I tell you, a lot of it's going to have to do, in my opinion, with the comfort level of the Kentucky kids because they're a little younger. And you have to wait to see what you see with them sometimes. But I'd like to wait to see what I see with a team as talented as they are. Ohio State is a team that I've said is the best team in the tournament and are playing probably the best. The best team doesn't always win. It's the team that's playing best. But Ohio State has played well as being the best team. And, you know, if they continue to do that, I think they're going to win it all.
Coach, how do you stay focused in this tournament, you know, taking it one game at a time? You know, when you were in this position on your Final Four run, you know, what did you do to keep the kids focused on the task at hand each game at a time?
Well, we got in trouble because we tried to remove ourselves from most of the excitement so that we could stay as focused as we possibly can. But it's very difficult because of your obligations here. You have obligations to come in and have public practice. You have media obligations. And you have fans who are very excited and that are here too. So you've got to really capture enough time so that you can focus on the immediate problem at hand, which is your opponent. And it's no answer. Everybody does it differently. I've seen some guys who let the kids partake of all the excitement. But personally, I like to remove myself so that we can focus on what we were doing.
Coach, take us through the other game. You have UNC, Marquette. You know, what do you think in that game? I personally believe Marquette has enough to get it done. What would it take for a Marquette team to continue their Final Four run and take out UNC?
I think they've got to be a pest. You know, if Marquette can score baskets, then they can apply pressure. You know, if they can't score baskets, they're going to be running backwards because North Carolina pushes the ball as well as anybody in the business. But it's extremely important for Marquette to force North Carolina to play against its defense and not get transition baskets. The other thing that Marquette's got to be able to do is to keep North Carolina's length out of the paint. But North Carolina has been somewhat susceptible to turnovers. And I think if Marquette is able to apply its defense, which is very good defensively, and they're very aggressive, that they can cause some fun. It may not be as easy a task as a lot of people think, because I think Marquette is very accustomed to playing against talented teams, and most of the games that they've had, even when they've lost, have been reasonably close.
Coach, we really appreciate you taking the time here at Class Act Sports. You are a Class Act coach, one of the best coaches in the history of the collegiate basketball. As long as it's been going on, what do you think when March Madness time comes around? You know, what do you think? Does it bring you back to the good old days of yourself being a coach and going on your run and asserting your legacy in college basketball?
Well, people ask me all the time, do I miss it? And I tell them that I don't miss the practices. But what I do miss is exactly what you're talking about, the excitement of the games themselves. If you could only coach the games and not the practices, I probably would have still been coaching. But when you get involved with March Madness, there's a certain amount of excitement, and everybody who's significant in the game is around. You have a chance for a lot of fellowship with a lot of people. And this is the thing that I would miss more than anything else from a coaching perspective. But other than that, I still dip into it a little bit by working for Westwood One, doing the radio, and being around some of the guys. So I still enjoy myself.
Well, we're here live, March Madness, Sweet 16, with a Hall of Fame coach, John Thompson. Coach, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Class Act
Thank you.
Sports.
Thank you.